Hello, welcome. Hello, everybody. Good morning. If you're in the Western Hemisphere, good afternoon and good evening. Elsewhere in the world, happy Sunday. Good morning, Melinda. Oh, is it better now? How is it now? Thank you. Thank you so much. This microphone is very glitchy. So, anyway, I get to relax and release around that. So, thank you all for letting me know. Welcome, everybody. So nice to see you all. Melinda, Michelle, Dawn, Amy, Kat, Nancy. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. It's good to see and be seen. Let's take a collective breath together. Breathing in, exhaling and letting go. And let's just arrive here together in this beautiful sacred space that we are co-creating here today, that we have co-created now for many years. I have been doing this weekly weekend live stream for 4 years without barely missing a week. So it's wonderful to still be here with you, to have everybody here. If you're new, if you're not, I'm joining you from Mexico. If you don't know me, I'm Natalie, spiritual life coach and Reiki master teacher. And today we will be doing a collective card reading for the week and reading the energies that are alive right now in the collective here, wherever you're joining me from, here in Insight Timer or other platforms that I'm also streaming on. Hi, Bev. Welcome. Good afternoon. So, how's everybody's week been? What is alive in you right now? Check in with your body. Check in with your thinking. What is alive in you right now? And you can share one word in the chat. Yes, Melinda, for most of the past 4 years, it has been a Saturday Night Live for most people. And yeah, now it's Sunday morning. So what is alive in you right now? Just dropping into the body. Breathing in. Breathing out. Each breath brings us closer and more deeper into presence. Being present is to me, the remedy and the solution that eases suffering. Because when we are present in our bodies in the moment, we're not in the past and we're not in the future. And that is where most of our problems arise, is when we are in our minds, in past or future, and not present in the body and in the moment. So it's such a simple idea, such a simple practice, and so profound. Wonderful, you've had a great week, Bev. So if you don't already, please give me a follow here on Insight Timer. You can also check my teacher profile. I'll give the follow link. You can check my profile here, and there's a link to everywhere that I am on the internet, my website, socials, and all of that. So if you want to check me out, you can do that there. And your follows really support me in growing my profile here, my reach here on Insight Timer, which is, here is where I connect with, people that I may be able to help and serve in my spiritual life coaching, the Reiki trainings that I offer. I also offer one-on-one card readings and Reiki healings and ancestral clearing. So today you will get to receive all of that in the form of a collective experience here right now as we dive in. So first we're going to draw a Michael Singer card. And see what Michael Singer wants to say. Is there anybody who doesn't know who Michael Singer is? I know most of you are regulars, so you definitely know. So we've gotten this message before. True personal growth is about transcending the part of you that is not okay and needs protection. True personal growth is about transcending the part of you that is not okay and needs protection. Does that land for you? Awesome, Bev. Living untethered. Awesome, Nancy, Amy, Melinda. Great, Bev. So if we drop into our bodies in any moment that we awaken enough to do so, we can feel into energy. And that's why I like to ask what's alive in you right now. So if there's a part inside of your field that feels like it's not okay, the default way of dealing with that is we push it down, we push it away, we don't like it, we don't want it, we want to analyze it, we want to figure it out, we want to get into our head about it, and we resist it. All of that is resistance. So true personal growth is about the transcendence of that part. And we transcend it by accepting it, by becoming present, aware that it's there, accepting it, not judging it, not pushing it away with our internal hands, and just letting it be as it is. And again, these principles and concepts are so simple, our minds are like, give me something better. That's not juicy enough. And it is actually that simple. Wonderful, Michelle. Where do you live? What part of the world? I live on a lake in Mexico myself, which I love. Oh, and I wanted to share this as well with all of you. I imagine who here does not know who Joe Dispenza is? Ooh, awesome, Michelle. Yeah, I bet maybe there was some wind and cold. Oh, great. Thank you for sharing. So Dr. Joe Dispenza is a chiropractor who is now, he's famous as a teacher of spiritual concepts, and he deals with helping people overcome themselves. One of his most famous books is called Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, that I recommend to my coaching clients sometimes. And so he teaches law of attraction and manifestation, but he teaches it through a scientific lens. So he is about the science of spirituality. So he talks about quantum physics, and he's done lots of research, had research done. He does retreats around the world. And his work changed my life. So he teaches meditation as the tool to overcome yourself and to create what you want. And 9 years ago today, I flew to Cancun to a Joe Dispenza meditation workshop. So that just popped up in my memories today. And I was living where I'm living right now on the biggest lake in Mexico 9 years ago. And yeah, I went to the Joe Dispenza advanced retreat. Yeah, and his work is life-changing. Awesome, Libby. Yeah, so somebody else to check out. That's, a supernatural being and helps. He also has a book called Becoming Supernatural. So, yeah, I moved here 9 years ago. I was the first time I lived here and where I am in Mexico. So I've been mainly in Mexico and Asia since 2013. So been back and forth here to this town on the lake a handful of times. So, have you read the book, Melinda? Yeah, that's his newest book. Well, it's not that new anymore, but it's got all of his teachings. You started it. Maybe this is your invitation to continue, or unless you're starting it now. So now I'm going to draw a card from the Work Your Light deck, which is an oracle card deck. He helps you heal yourself, Libby. It's a great question or a great statement. He is not a healer, and he would never claim that. He empowers people to heal themselves. And that's always what the journey is. It's about helping us to remember the truth of who we are. We are powerful beings. And we forget that. When we get into conditioning, when we get into survival, we forget our power. We forget that we have it within us and we don't need to give our power away to others in order to change ourselves and our lives. In my life coaching practice, that's kind of, I guess you'd say, like a mission statement that I have. or maybe not a mission statement, maybe more of an intention, is to help my clients become self-led leaders. To help people to tune into their own inner wisdom, their own inner guidance, their own inner empowerment. Because what happens when we get into whatever, conditioning and all that, we collapse into victim, and we collapse into powerlessness, and we collapse into survival and fear, and that's all childhood stuff. And it makes sense. So that is the deep work I do in my life coaching. So the Work Your Light card, trust the niggle. What is that niggling feeling trying to tell you? What is the niggling feeling trying to tell you? Who has a niggling feeling? That's interesting that I opened the session with feeling into your energy, feeling into where that you may have suffering or resistance. So share a word in the comments what that niggling feeling is trying to tell you. Trust. Love that. Wake up. Beautiful. Hi, Donna. Niggling, I can't even give like a definition, but it's like a feeling inside that's poking at you or catching your attention. Maybe you could say it's your intuition trying to get you to listen to something, or something inside that's trying to get your attention. Does that help? Cat, it's time. I would love to know what that's about. Ooh, Anatomy of the Spirit. That's a spiritual classic, Melinda. I love that you're reading that. So Donna, tune into what is that niggling feeling trying to tell you? That there's sadness, grief, and feeling blocked spiritually. Adia, lost. So, if the lostness could speak, what would it want to say? You don't have to share, but you can if you want. Hi, Kona. Ooh, I love that. It's beautiful. Kim, alignment. Flow soft and slow, dear heart. How nice. Oh, let me turn that off. Okay. So, I'm going to draw Sacred Rebels card now. Let's see what it has to say. And you know, if you are here, if you are struggling, you're not alone. Trust that you found this live stream at the perfect time. Trust that the messages that resonate are here for you. Beautiful. Ooh, I don't ever remember seeing this card ever. And I've had this deck for a long time. Relax the hold of darkness and be at cause. Wow. Relax the hold of darkness and be at cause. That's a very powerful message. So this is very direct advice for some of you, if this resonates. Look at the beautiful image of the figure inside the light. Amazing, Michelle. So I'm definitely going to look and see what the guidebook has to say. And two, I don't know if you can see, it's there, maybe that's better. Her face is turning up towards the light. So to me, just right off, what I see in this is you can choose your focus. And with your attention, and Joe Dispenza says this, where you place your attention is where you place your energy. And so if you're putting your attention on what you don't want, on the negative, on the struggles, on the challenges, then that's where your energy is going. And what's interesting too, it says relax the hold of darkness and be at cause. Be at cause is an empowering statement. And just what I was saying about my coaching, helping people to become their own inner leader and leading themselves. To me, that's being at cause. I am not at the mercy of the effects of the world. I am at cause in my life. And even what I talked about, Joe Dispenza would never say he was a healer, but he helps people heal themselves. That's the same thing about this causing your own results. Wonderful. So let's see what this says. So as this deck is called Sacred Rebels, and so it says, Dear Sacred Rebel, this moment in your life requires great courage. Fortunately, you possess that in bucket loads. You're being asked to allow yourself to be lifted out of one level of known reality and into the next level of higher voltage reality. You will need a more absolute trust in a heart that's surrendered into the greater heart of the universe. This is a reality not only of potential, but of manifestation of the great big cosmic yes. You have to leave behind hesitation, procrastination, second guessing, and the belief that you have to do everything on your own. This invitation to shift gears and jump on board the express train of life will feel exhilarating and perhaps also challenging. When you're in the hold of the darkness, you will feel pushed to turn away, to imagine it all too much, and to create excuses about how your desires aren't grounded enough, that you're being too flighty or flaky, or you're not living in the real world. And that is fear talking, not truth. So this is resonating with some of you. Being free of the dark hold empowers us to take up our cause. This means being free to act and affirm the intuitive feelings we have by following up on them. So we already just talked about that inner niggle. What is that inner niggle saying? You are asked to go within and imagine diving deeper off the edge of what you have known. There is so much more calling to you now. It's your time. Leap. So there's a healing statement I'm going to say from this book about this card, so you can take it in and claim it. I accept the offer of life, so that I may truly live. Through unconditional love, I now invite and receive all assistance, intervention, protection, and inspiration, so that I may leap into my next cycle of life, held in the loving grace of wisdom. So be it. I want to say that again. I want to take it in deeper and invite you also to. I accept the offer of life so that I may truly live. Through unconditional love, I now invite and receive all assistance, intervention, protection, and inspiration, so that I may leap into my next cycle of life, held in the loving grace of wisdom. So be it. So, from the Sacred Rebels. So, I'll show the card again. I see people were wanting to see it. It's like blown out. If it's like that, you can't see. Yeah. Let's just rest in that for a moment together. Yeah, it was deep. I want you to feel into that spiritual help and spiritual guidance that's all around you. What I like to call your spiritual team. They never leave, they're always here. And when we have an intention and speak that healing process or similar things like that into form, we can more deeply tune into their presence and their guidance. And you know, our spiritual help may be the ones giving us that niggling feeling. Beautiful. So we are going to now get some clarification of these messages with the Light Seers Tarot. And this was, it might have been already like this last week, but some of you are in a lot of anxiety and stress. And so these messages are coming to give you peace, confirmation that everything is going to be okay. Totally, Melinda. I definitely believe it's a co-creation. I feel like even an energetic, soothing balm, like a soothing energy on the worries and cares that some of you may hold. Awesome, Libby. Actually, I'm glad that you said that, because I usually do remind people of an offer that I have for members of my Insight Timer community, where I do a deep dive visioning process of meeting with people one-on-one, and we look at their life, where they are now. We look at where they want to go and what they want to create, and then what could be holding them back. So it's very clarifying and powerful. So if you or anybody else here has not had a gifted session with me before, it is a gift to the community. First come, first serve. Reach out, because that can give lots of guidance, clarity, and insight into where to go. Or if you know where you're stuck, to dive deeper into that and then get next steps on how to move forward through that. So you can send me a private message if you have that niggling feeling. So 2 cards popped out. I want to get 1 or 2 more. Yeah, soothing balm. That's the energy I feel. This might be turning into a romantic love reading. And always, you know, it could be romantic love for some. It could also symbolize other things as well. So we'll just see what messages unfold. So first we have the 3 of Pentacles. This is a card of community and belonging and collaboration. So the invitation here, for those of you, I know it was mentioned, feeling alone. If anybody feels lost, without guidance, alone, having a niggling feeling, not knowing what direction to go, this is a card of saying, like, get guidance, get support. Be in like-minded community spaces, like Insight Timer. You know, Insight Timer is this card. And you know, they're creating something together, right? So yeah, I feel like some of you are lacking community, are lacking in-person connection. It could be one-on-one, it could be group community. And you know, we so need that. We so need that. I've worked online since 2013. Well, actually even before that, but I've been a digital nomad since 2013. It is a very isolating lifestyle. It can be. And, you know, that's a long time to be doing that. And, you know, I have suffered a lot, although I didn't recognize it. until a few years ago that I was really lacking deep community connection. Although I am in 12-step and there is community wherever I go, I would dip in and out of connecting in that way. Now that I'm back here again, this for me is the best place in the world for in-person community. And I can't tell you the impact it has had on me to come and be with people face to face and do things together. Like yesterday, I went to see a play that my friend was in, and we went and had dinner, you know, with other friends and their family that were visiting. And it was just such a rich experience. Because when we just live through screens, I mean, okay, there's something to be said for that, of course. It's positive in so many ways. And, you know, some sort of connection to a community, even if it's online, is better than none at all. And for some of you, the message is very clear that you get to really take steps to connect in person. And that might feel scary, and that's okay. I really invite you to think about this. Hi, Butterfly Rain. And it's not that, you know, we sacrifice our alone time or our insight timer community time. It's not about like having to negate energy from one thing to give it to another. There can be a balance of both. So, yeah, it doesn't mean that. Hello, new person, MS. Welcome. So we're doing a collective card reading for everybody here. So trust if you're joining, whenever you are, that this message is coming at the perfect time for you. This is also being double live streamed on my YouTube channel, so you can follow me there, and all the replays for my past couple years of live streams are there. Adia, I hear what you're saying, and if I may give an idea or even a challenge to that, I imagine that there are other people there, and they probably all think the same thing. So maybe it's up to you to start a meetup group and be like, whatever, if it's spirituality or whatever you are into that you think nobody else is into, you could be the one to start that. Because that thought is very limiting. So the next card is the Two of Cups, and this is a card of soulmates. So that's why whenever I first pulled these, I was like, maybe this is a romantic reading, but you know, we can apply it in different ways as well. You know, it might be that when you go out into community, you find your soulmate. It could be that black and white. Because the card after that is this Knight of Cups, which is I mean, look how romantic this is. There's even a love letter next to him on the ground, and it looks like a bottle of wine, something like a picnic-y thing. So for some of you, when you get out into community or you create community, you're going to find your soulmate. If you're not in the market for that, or you're whatever, even if you feel like you're not open to it, it might be happening anyway. But for those of you that are already with your soulmate, you know, I would say this is about like falling in love with people again. Maybe meeting, one of my clients, what did she call it? Like a friendship romance, like meeting friends that are like soulmates. So for some of you, if it's not romantic, it will just be meeting amazing people that you totally vibe with. And look, I just love this card. It's so beautiful with the rainbows, energy. This guy is super hot. So there you go. And yeah, Kim, that's great too. That's another way you can look at that, and how sometimes in a collective reading, if it seems to be romantic, that it's like, okay, it might be a love affair with yourself. For some of you, you might have been in romance after romance, and now is the time for you to fall in love with yourself. And I do think this community card is really strong for some of you. Spirit is really saying strongly, get out there. We're in a dynamic now with technology. It's like, it's more comfortable and safe, the uncomfortable comfort zone of, let me just stay on my phone, let me just interact through screens. It's more convenient, it's, quote, safer. So there's an invitation waiting for you. If it's romance, if it's friendship, if it's you meeting yourself. Hi, Laura. Welcome. Yeah, and you can, for those of you that are single and looking, when you go out into community, you will meet, and you go do the things that you want to do, you're going to meet like-minded people. Or if you, feel there's nobody that around, when you create the group or you create the community yourself, then, you're going to meet that person. It might be the gym, it might be the coffee shop, it might be the play, it might be, the Reiki circle. Hi, Laura. Long time no see. There's 2 Lauras here. So, And the card at the bottom of the deck is the moon. So the moon is about things that are hidden and things that are not revealed right now, where there might be illusion, there might be like what I want to call like smoke screen. You're not going to be able. So from where you are right now, sitting behind your screen, you don't know what's ahead because you haven't taken the action yet towards this. And so from this moment, you can't see like how it's going to unfold or what's coming. It's just about taking the next step. And there's some things that are not yet solidified yet. There's some variables that are still up in the air, so that you don't have all the information. You might not have taken an action yet that then allows another step to unfold. So this is like, that's what that card is about. And then underneath that, we have the King of Cups. So again, it's like once that illusion clears, once the fog clears, you know, and it might be limiting beliefs in your mind about whatever, you know, depending on what this is about for you. But it's like once you overcome those, you're going to have to take different action. That's the thing. If you want a different result, you're going to have to do something different. If you, and Joe Dispenza says this, one of my favorite things he says, your personality creates your personal reality. So really, in order to create a new reality, you have to change your personality. And your personality is the conglomeration of your thoughts, your emotions, your actions, your habits, your decisions. All of that makes up your personality. And so in order to create something different, you have to become different. And it might be, you know, about embracing who you are. Self-love and self-forgiveness, you know, being your own and not looking outside of yourself for love. Or for some of you, you might meet somebody who will be on that journey with you. But then you come into this beautiful King of Cups energy. And again, this could be a literal person, you know, an emotionally mature, spiritually awake individual that's full of wisdom, peace, and self-love. And that's going to require you leaving some things behind, the Six of Swords. If you want something different, you're going to have to do something different. And you're going to have to retrain your thinking. You know, 85% of our thoughts every day are the same. So if you want to create something different, you've got to change your thinking, your behaviors, your habits, your actions. It's not easy, but you're going to have to leave some things behind. It's going to require your strength, your inner strength, harnessing your inner lion or lioness. It's going to require new ways of thinking. The King of Swords. The King of Swords has mastered his mind, has mastered his thoughts, has clarity. And then transformation is going to occur. The Star. It's all here waiting for you, and you get to take the first step. If you want the transformation, you get to cause it, not waiting for it to happen outside of you. And then you're going to get everything you want. And if you do want a family, look at this. And this is about legacy as well. Leaving a legacy for your future generations, or just humanity as a whole. This is a card of material abundance and success. And generational abundance. So it's all here, it's all possible for you. And I just feel like everything hinges on you doing something different by getting out of your comfort zone and going out into the real world with people. So, And if you want help with any of that, that's what I do in my life coaching. Again, send me a private message. If you have the niggle, this card from earlier, trust the niggle. What is the niggling feeling trying to tell you? If you want guidance on moving through that, send me a message. Follow the niggle. Hi, Sister Sunshine. Yeah, we did. We got the 10 of Pentacles last week, I know for sure. So now we are going to go into the Reiki and Ancestral Clearing part of the session. And before we do, if you haven't already, please give me a follow. You can give a donation by clicking here on the screen. Thank you, MS. I do these lives every week, and I also do other sorts of live streams. So actually I will share that one with you. So my next live stream is Tuesday evening in the Western Hemisphere. It's called When Playing Small is No Longer an Option. So this might be perfect for you if this reading resonates and you've been like playing small by staying isolated and staying safe in your little bubble in your comfort zone. And you're like done and you're ready to change. And you're ready to take those next steps so that, you know, you can live into who you came here to be. So that's Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern. If you follow me, you'll get a notification, I think, on your phone maybe. Yep. So thank you all. Wonderful, Amy. And we're not through yet, so we're going to do some powerful Reiki and ancestral clearing. And in the ancestral clearing, I am going to clear for anything in the lineage, the ancestral lineage that has, where there might be any influence or remnants of influence about anything around survival, anything around feeling like you have to hide or you can't, you know, put yourself out there, you can't rely on other people, in themes like that. So let's go ahead and close our eyes. And let's just settle in together into this beautiful sacred space. Breathing in and breathing out consciously with awareness. And I want you to tune back into your spiritual support team that's surrounding you right now. All of those guides, ancestors, saints, ascended masters, gurus, gods, goddesses, animal totems, and Source itself that never leave your side, never take their eyes off of you, are totally, fully supporting and guiding you every moment, tuning into their loving presence. If you want to connect in any way that feels good for you, you can do so. If you want to communicate anything, to them as well. It might be prayers or asks for help or gratitude or thanks. And just feel that support surrounding you. I am also, in addition to the Reiki healing energy, am also channeling Solvana energy, which is a transformational energy that helps open the third eye and assists and guides in transformations and new beginnings. And now I will do some ancestral clearing silently. And if you choose to receive this, you can just have that intention in your mind to receive this powerful clearing. For all of our family members, all of our relationships, all of our ancestors, and all of their relationships through all relevant time, space, and dimension. Please help us all forgive each other, forgive ourselves, forgive all people, and all people forgive us completely and totally, please and thank you. For all hurts, wrongs, judgments, and burdens, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, sexual, and financial, through thought, word, or deed, please help us all. Forgive each other, forgive ourselves, forgive all people, and all people forgive us completely and totally, please and thank you. Infinite Creator, for the highest good, please lift out all weight, pain, burden, sin, death, debt, negativity, spells, hexes, curses, black magic, white magic, guilt, fear, shame, unworthiness, and limitation of all kind. Transform it into your love and let your love flow back in and through us, filling and giving us all complete peace, now and forever. Please and thank you, please and thank you, please and thank you. Please help us love and bless each other, love and bless ourselves, be at peace with each other and at peace with ourselves. Please and thank you, please and thank you, please and thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So be it done. Thank you. If you care to come back to a wakeful state, gently, slowly, easily, you can do so. And just feeling the healing and the clearing energy move in through and around you. Thank you all for joining. Again, if you haven't followed, you can click the button on the screen. If this was helpful, please give a donation. This is how I make my living, so any support is very appreciated. Thank you. Thank you, Melinda, Laura, Kona, Libby. Thank you so much. Who else feels like an expansion, sense of relief, release, or relaxation, an opening? And thank you, Kat. Sister Sunshine, Melinda. And also on the screen is my next live stream. Please join in. And again, too, if you feel the heart's call to reach out to me one-on-one, as I said, I am offering to those in the community who have not experienced a one-on-one complimentary session with me before. I'm happy to extend that offer. First come, first served. Send me a message. So glad you were here, Laura. You're welcome. Thank you, Melinda, as always. Join me Tuesday when playing small is no longer an option. If you are there, if that appeals to you, join me and stay tuned for other live streams that will be scheduled for November. Thank you, Ada. Glad you were here. Kat, Kona, you're welcome. Laura. And I will be back next week at this time as well for another powerful collective reading. I do these readings one-on-one also. So if you want that service, you can send a message about that as well. I also have, let me share this with you. If you're a premium member, I have this powerful abundance prayer that's Ancestral Clearing with Reiki. And I also have a free one called the Master Prayer, which I did use some of in the session. But please check those out. And you can also join my group, Natalie's Healing Circle, here in Insight Timer. Thank you all for joining. Welcome, Rose. And I will see you all very soon. Much love and namaste.